Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Fair Life. I'm back! Yay! Whew. Oh man, that was last few weeks have been pretty crazy with some technical problems, and then me getting a stomach bug last week. So, not the best timing. So I appreciate all of you being patient and sticking around. There's echo. Okay, so you're hearing a lot of echo, according to Katsurita. Are the rest of you hearing echo, or is it just me, or just Katsurita, I should say? How is the sound and the video? That's a good question, because this is still kind of going to be a test show. Since a few weeks ago it was going to be a test show, and I'm trying out a lot of new things at once. Okay, so it's apparently just Katsurita. Good. Excellent. Good to hear. Okay. Maybe when I started. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, keep looking. I'm really pushing the quality to the max right now. So yes, essentially I was trying to do that a few weeks ago and had some weird technical problems, and it just caused issue after issue. Eventually I got everything working, pretty much the same settings I tried before. So I don't know if it happened to be some sort of a YouTube or Facebook issue that was glitching out that was causing it, or if it was me or something. But yeah, I mean, I just rebooted my computer before the show, so I was a little surprised that there were some issues. Okay, interesting. I'm also streaming at 60 frames per second as opposed to the 30 that I used to do, and so that's should be a little better as far as, all those motion shots that I do all the time, of course, because this is such a quick, fast motion show. But, in the future, I'm going to be doing some more music, so I thought 60 frames per second would be nice if people were wanting to, see people's fingers, me or guests that I might have on who are doing music, just to kind of see how they're playing their instruments. I've always liked doing that on YouTube videos or something like that, so I thought it might be beneficial to y'all. And also, Facebook now is 1080p. Before they limited you to 720p, where YouTube could go at a higher resolution. But last year they upped it to where you could go 1080p. And I held off because when time Facebook tries something new, I do not want to be the first one to try it because it causes so many problems. And I was going out of town anyway to the Louisiana Fair last fall, so I just didn't mess with it. So that's been on my list for a while to try to up the quality. So now Facebook should look as good, if not better, than what YouTube looked like before, and YouTube should look even better than it did. So yes. Yeah. Sorry. That's I felt like I should go ahead and give you some of at least the basics of what's been going on since I've been gone for a few weeks, and the first couple of weekends were technical issues, and explain that a bit, just for those that are interested. But believe it or not, I'm not being too technical. You're not seeing me on YouTube? Really? I'm there. Oh, gosh. Hold on. I know what I did wrong. That was me. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Got this. Got it. That was me. I know what I did. And we're saving it. And okay. Now look for me on YouTube. Right. Should be on YouTube now, available. And this is why we had the technical discussion, because because this is sort of a technical thing. I did not change the setting back from. I did some tests on YouTube, and it was still set to private for the stream. So I just set it to public. Should be okay now. But yeah, at the very least, the quality on YouTube should be ungodly stellar. I mean, it just ridiculous. Yeah, it is. I could play a fast action game, and it would be crisp. That's the kind of quality we're looking at right now. So okay, good. So that's taken care of. Whew. Yeah, it's just been a long road to get here. A very, very long road indeed. And yeah, I think all these settings are working. I might still tweak them a little bit, but I think this is about right. So if you do have any issues, let me know. Yeah. Yeah, just let me know if you do see some problems. But yeah, okay. uh, Never boring. Never boring. So yes, technical problems the first few weeks, but then now that we've got that settled, then I got sick during the last weekend of Sherwood. So Sherwood, one of my favorite fairs that I've ever done, not just now, but ever. Such a great fair with some really awesome people. And yeah, the week before, I guess I got something I ate did not agree with me during the week. And that Wednesday and Thursday, my stomach was just not feeling great. But I started to get a little better on Friday. And then I thought, okay, it's just that 1 or 2 day thing that, you sometimes get. And Saturday, I felt a little off, but pretty good. Got through the day fine. But was really wiped Saturday night. And then Sunday, I had trouble even going to fair. It was rough just getting out of bed. And I felt horrible. And let me tell you, yeah, there is still a technical issue, and I'm not going, and honestly, probably for the best this week, that we're not bringing Alicia into the stream yet, because I wanted to make sure that this is solid and works at where we are now. And you're not wrong. I that's the odd thing. I hardly ever get sick. I really try to take care of myself and make sure I get sleep and everything through Faire. And yeah, it was bad. It was not pretty. I barely made it through the first show, and then the second show, I did not make it through. Yeah, let's just say that vomiting on stage was a first for me. Let's put it that way. I covered it and went behind the stage, but it was it was tough. It was tough. So so yeah, then I pushed through and managed to play for the dancing, but after that, people pretty much covered for me the rest of the day. And thank you so much for those of you who are watching. And I know David O'Leary is one of them who's in the chat, so thank you for that. Yeah, it was rough. Thank you, Jen. It was really rough. That was that the sickest I've ever been at Faire in my life? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, definitely. I've never had anything that bad. I mean, sinuses, headaches, like that, but I just don't get sick much, and I really go out of my way to try to make sure I don't. So yeah. That's so that anyway, that happened, but learned a lot from the experience. And hey, if I get that out of the way and it doesn't happen for another 20 years, okay, I'm okay with that. All good. So no worries. Let's see. Any other? Yeah. Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah, there was that no voice thing. If that's what you're referring to, Jan, several years ago, where I lost my voice. But even then, I can still play the recorder. It was a sinus. Well, it was allergies that I didn't know I had. And after I took allergy medicines and realized what was going on, it cleared up. But I'd never really had allergies before. So after that, I've learned in this season, oh yeah, I took my allergy meds, definitely. uh, yes, yes, yes. There is that. No, 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 no. It wasn't a booze thing. It was definitely a food poisoning thing. That was what was going on, and it. I was still getting over it this past week after Faire. I think just over this last weekend, I think I finally got over it. My stomach was at about 100%, I'd say, on Sunday. It was not on Saturday. So yeah, it lasted about a week and a half. This was not a simple thing. Um, so yeah. So anyway, that was sort of what my last weekend went at Sherwood. But and I hate that because closing days at Faire are that time when you get to say goodbye to everyone, you get to have some fun and relax a little bit, and it just I didn't get to do that, and that really bugged me. So, but those are the breaks. Sometimes you have to roll with it. Uh huh. Oh wow, yeah, yeah. That is never fun, Alicia. I totally get that. If it the whole stuck in your throat thing, yeah. Always have to be careful with that. As a wind player, I totally understand being careful with that. Always. Right. Ooh. Ooh. Well, hmm. That's never nice, but okay. Ah. Well, interesting. But yeah. So yes, that's I guess that's what's been going on before. And sorry for being absent for the last few weeks. That's just that really bugged me too. But hey, I think I like this test and seems to be working. Next, the assuming I'll go back and check all of the video afterwards, and assuming we're good, I'm going to start working on the sound and tweaking that, making that sound better. I know my sound's okay right now, but I can do better. I know that. But I think the video quality looks better than it ever has right now, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah. Not very safe. Yeah, food poisonings are rough. This wasn't the worst food poisoning I ever had, but it was definitely number two. I had a really bad one years ago. Actually, the year before I started performing at Faire, the summer there, I was sick as a dog for 2 weeks, and it was not pretty. Uh, yeah. Let me just say that I didn't eat at an Arby's for um, over a decade after that. Learned my lesson there. No, it was just, yeah. Not that they're all bad, but yeah. That was, let's just say it was an association after that. Ooh. Yeah. But that anyway, getting sick, never fun. Never fun at Faire. Never fun in general, of course. So yeah. So other than the technical issues and getting sick, a lot of great news coming up. First of all, I'm going to be at Scarborough Fair this weekend and performing at, well, let's see, at noon and 3:30 at the King's Pub stage and at 2 o'clock at the White Horse Tavern. And so, yeah, I'll have 3 shows each day on Saturday and Sunday. So that should be a lot of fun. And the rest of the time, I'm going to try to see about some busking, finding a good spot for me. The primo spots there at Scarborough are already scattered out and people already have. I mean, let's just be honest. But I remember about a little over a decade ago, I went around Scarby and tried to find some of those maybe hidden gem spots that, could be utilized with my style of busking. And I did find a few, so I'm going to see if some of those might be available and give them a shot. Just to see. But yeah, that's sort of the idea. Uh, yes, that's. But Scarborough, this is going to be kind of an experiment year, and to see how how Scarborough would fit in with me in the future. Um, Now, if everything keeps going the way it is, and I do Sherwood next year and continue to do New Jersey in years in the future, I mean, I couldn't do a full run at Scarborough anyway. But Celtic weekend, and maybe another weekend or something too to make it a fun, worthwhile trip. Okay, something like that could be worth it, and Celtic weekend at least fits perfect, and that's what it is. Being Celtic weekend, it's kind of a no-brainer, easy to justify bringing me in for just one weekend as a specialist for then. So, oh really? Okay, excellent, excellent. That's great to hear, Jan. I'm gonna see how that goes. And no, I'm not worried. It's from what I can tell. I mean, it's gonna hit the low 80s, but I don't think it's gonna be much worse than that. So not too bad, not too bad. But it's still a long range forecast. We'll see. Maybe it'll get better or worse. There is a small chance of rain, but once again, a long range forecast. So we'll see. Shall see. After that, New Jersey Fair, and doing that for all 3 weekends. And what they're doing is they're doing a Celtic festival the weekend after Jersey at that location. Kind of an interesting idea. And of course, they're bringing me in for that too. So it'll be 4 straight weekends in New Jersey. That will be from May 20th to June 11th. That's it. And yeah, Alicia is over in West Virginia, and she's doing some serious artisan work now. So that's really cool. I think she's having a lot of fun and learning a lot. So I'm hopefully next week I'll get to have her on, and we'll get to talk about that a bit, and hopefully she'll be able to show some stuff. I'm hoping. Right, and that's always the trick. I mean, you always, Lisa. I mean, you've always got to try to do the drink a lot of water. And that is one thing this time when I got sick, I did very well, better than I ever have. I did not get dehydrated. I managed to continue to drink liquids and mostly water and tea throughout day after day after day, no matter what. So I handled that very well. And that was never a problem. So I think that's part of the reason why I did as well as I did this time, even though I probably was as sick as I was that time long ago when I got sick. That was the worst time I ever did. Yep, she is leatherworking, Alicia, and doing a great job. Just the little I've seen of it so far, it's looking great. So I'm looking forward to hearing about it more in detail from her. Yeah. Yeah, that's always, yeah, dehydration. I mean, the first time you get food poisoning, you tend to not think about it. And then whenever you get food poisoning again, oh yeah, you are very cautious about dehydration. You learn from that mistake. And even when I was trying to recover on Sunday at Faire, I just had a mug of hot tea, and I would just sip it. Like every 30 minutes, take a sip of hot tea just to make sure that I was staying hydrated. So that actually helped a lot. Allowed me to drive home. If I hadn't done that, I don't know. It would have been a lot more difficult. Definitely. You learn from that. But anyway, New Jersey, I'm looking forward to that at the end of May and June, because I've never been there before. I have a lot of friends that perform there, and it's a fair that's been around for 13 years. And what happened was they just moved sites, and a lot of drama behind that. But what happened was last year they sold out the fair. It was weekend after weekend. It was crazy, and they just realized we need a new location. So they found a new location, and it was on a farm site that they could repurpose and use. but it was registered as a preserved farm. I believe that's how it went. And um, normally with farms, you worry about zoning laws or local ordinances, but preserved farms is a special designation in New Jersey that's handled by the state agriculture development committee. And so that's at the state level. And it started to become a thing where the state got involved, started putting out cease and desist orders. The governor got involved. It was a huge, weird thing. So they ended up changing locations again just a few weeks ago. This all got finalized. We're like, okay, we got to find another location. So yeah, they just found a new location and set it up. And for the last few weeks, have been moving all the stages and everything they built to the new location. So it's been crazy, but I think in the long run, this new location is even going to be better. So and it's only about 5 minutes away from where they were going to have it. So it's all still good, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really cool year. So definitely something to enjoy. A nice, brand new site and something interesting. So yeah, we'll get to check that out, enjoy, and I think it should be a lot of fun. Definitely interesting. Interesting. Yeah, somebody might have. That's weird. Huh. I'll take a look for that. Now, one thing people can do is they can share a feed and have a separate feed of it. So if somebody did that, I don't think I did that, but I'll take a look. Okay, that's good to know. That is good to know. Um, Interesting. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Because if somebody else is sharing a feed, essentially setting it up as a feed of their own, I forget what the name of that is. Uh, okay, you did find the other version. Well, I'll take a look and see if that's something that I inadvertently did in settings. I don't think I did. I don't think I changed anything there, but I'll take a look. It could just be one of those Facebook things. I don't know. Uh, yeah, you never know with that. Let's see. Currently, everything's looking okay. Yeah, everything's looking good on YouTube, and everything is looking good on Facebook. No glitches or problems. Um, yeah, yeah, 1080p, 60 frames per second, 8.5 megabit per second bitrate. Yeah, I'm sending 8.5 megabit per second on Facebook. This is great. Now it's re-encoding it real time, so that's not what you're getting. Don't worry. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, it has. It's interesting. They're side by side. Yeah, I didn't do notifications this time, Gwendolyn. I normally I'll do invites to people, and I didn't do that. But I didn't do that this week. I figured this was more of a test, so I'd just go ahead and put it up and see who showed up. A little more conservative this time. This is kind of going to be more of a test show, just to kind of make sure everything's going well. And finally, what I was going to try to do a few weeks ago, and I figured the next show is when we'll try to bring Elation and do some more things and talk a little bit about what the future of Life's Affair is, because I have had a few meetings. Let's say that. I'll say that as to tease you with it, and there will be some stuff to talk about next week for sure, with Alicia too. They're all test shows, let's be real. Well, yeah, I mean, I always try new stuff, or I always try to try new stuff. So you're not wrong, Alicia, in a way. Generally, if I'm not trying something new for a show, it's because I seriously ran out of time for It would have had to have been a lot of reasons. But yeah, we are kind of getting late, so let's go ahead and jump over to Faire map over here. Yeah, you'll notice I added some animations in here too. Before it would just fade in to the next screen, but you can see, whoa, hey, there we go. And then, boom, kind of comes in. Yeah, I'm going to tweak those a little bit, but I used to have those before, and then when I set up a new setup, I got rid of them, and I'm bringing them back and doing some better transition animations. So a little more movement. I thought that would be kind of nice, and we're going to keep going with that. So anyway, here we have the Faire map. Now you'll notice a lot of fairs. Yes, a lot of fairs this week. I even whittled it down. There were a lot fewer. There were fewer than are technically on the list, because there were some, like there's a pirate festival in Lake Charles, Louisiana, that I was like, this is a carnival that has a pirate theme. There's really nothing historical about this, so I didn't put it in. But I whittled it down to 15. So there's a lot going on. May is one of those hectic months. So yeah, let's go ahead and enjoy and make it all pet friendly. Yay! Woohoo! Always fun. Always fun. Okay. Well, you'll notice up here we have a nice little star, which is the Montreal Medieval Fair in Montreal. Just this weekend, but it's the 5th through the 7th, so a 3-day weekend. Something to check out. Always fun. Then we can jump down over here to the May Day Ferry Festival in Essex, Maryland. Just this one weekend, but nice little ferry festival, something to check out. Then we can, wow, I just realized I did not put these in my normal order, did I? No, I did not. We're going to go over to the Viking Warrior Fest in Lowell, Michigan. Once again, another one-weekend fair. And you're going to find that in May, there are a lot of those types of fairs. May is a very popular month for them. Oh, Chris is talking about me doing a song, singing it in the parts, kind of like an Animaniacs thing. I kind of like that idea. That could be fun. But okay, jumping down to the Tennessee Ren Fair, we have that in Arrington, Tennessee. This is weekend 1 of 4, and the theme is Viking Victory. Then jumping over to Georgia, we have the Georgia Renaissance Festival right over here, just south of Atlanta, in Fairburn, Georgia. This is weekend 4 out of 8, and it's Vikings and Barbarians weekend. And then going up to the Livonia Renaissance Festival in Livonia, Georgia. It's just one day. This is just May 6th. So a one-day festival, something to check out. Okay, then we jump over to the Central Missouri Renaissance Festival. This is in Kingdom City, Missouri, and this is the second weekend out of 2, so last weekend. And then let's see, we go over to the Renaissance Festival of Nebraska and Papillon, Nebraska. This is the first of 2 weekends. Jumping down to the Oklahoma Renaissance Festival in Muskogee, Oklahoma. And this is the second out of 6 weekends. Now, interesting. Something I noticed about the Muskogee, Oklahoma Fair, their themes are interesting. The weekend 2 of 6 the theme is romance with a guest monarch. The royal guest is King Henry of France. And what they do is they have kind of a loose theme with a guest monarch. And the guest monarch is tied to it, like Celtic Weekend would be the Mary Queen of Scots is the guest one. And they do that, and I thought that was a really smart way to do that. Really clever. I very much approve. I mean, for all I know, they do a horrible job with it. I don't know. I haven't seen them do that in action, but conceptually, I think it's great. So I'm going to be asking asking people I know over there how well that they pull that off, if they do a good job, because I really like it. And one interesting thing is the last weekend, weekend 6, the theme is the Spice Roads, and the guest monarch is Emperor Sarza Dingle, the Emperor of Ethiopia in the 1500s. So I thought that was just genius. I mean, one of the tough roads for fairs has been to try to enlarge the history of it, not just make it about England or even about Western Europe or whatever. Try to enlarge it as much as possible around the world, but still kind of keep to that medieval or Renaissance time period. And this just does such a good job with that. I really hope they do a great job with it, because conceptually, I really like it. So I thought I'd mention that. Okay, let's see. Then, did I mention? Yeah, I did all that. So let's go to the. Of course, then we have Scarborough Fair in Texas, where I will be this weekend. Celtic Weekend, weekend 5 out of 8 in Waxahachie, just south of Dallas. Then we also have the Ren Fair of Bandera County. Now, this is a small sort of organization fair in Pipe Creek, Texas. It's only one day, May the 6th, but if you're in the area, it might be interesting. Then we go up to Idaho, where we have the Mallet Valley Renaissance Fair in Mallet City, Idaho, just the one weekend, May 5th to 6th. And in Northwest Idaho, we have the Moscow Renaissance Fair in Moscow, Idaho, just, again, one weekend only. Another one of those one weekend fairs going on in May. Going down to California, we have the Escondido Renaissance Fair, the spring version. They have a spring and a fall version of that fair in Escondido, California. This is the second weekend of it. And then a little north of that, the Renaissance Pleasure Fair in Irwindale, California. This is the 4th out of 6th weekend. So a lot of fun. And there you go. Those are the fairs, all 15 of them. Whew. Okay. Oh my. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. So Alicia's saying they always have guest monarchs. The themes aren't loose. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know. So many tabs open. There are a lot of fairs in May. May is a crazy month. So, yeah. I mean, y'all should. Muskogee is a fun fair. It's been a while since I played there, but I have thought about trying to go back if if New Jersey hadn't happened this year, I probably would have tried to go, because it's a fun fair. And well, it's not very far from me. It's a little closer than going to New Jersey, but I'm looking forward to seeing how New Jersey works for me, because, like I said, I have a lot of friends over there, and it's very fun. I mean, it's fun to drive across country sometimes, go on that road trip and have an adventure. Always. Wow. Okay. Now Alicia's just shilling for Muskogee. She's just going at it at this point in the comments. They should put her on retainer. But yeah. Right. Because that's what you do. That's part of being doing the Ren Fair circuit. Never boring. Now, I did do a little testing with video. I did forget to mention this. I did do a quick video with my old bandmate Mark Gunn, sort of a live podcast thing that we did for, this was, last week? And this kind of served as a good test for this. We just did it on Facebook, but still, it was a good starter test. And let's see, I think I have a picture of that. Yeah, there we go. And I was very happy. I think the quality turned out really real well on Facebook. I was very happy, and it just it looked good. So I think that's very promising for the future. And bringing Alicia in, I think video-wise should work just as well. We can get all that settled. So always nice. I know, right? Yep, always good. But no, I think that I think it worked well. So all good. Okay, well, I know we will. Don't worry. We'll get it to work. It'll all be good. So I think this was a successful test, everyone. Thanks for hanging out, and should have a lot more news and a lot more to discuss next week. Now that things seem to be a little stable, I'll work with Alicia and get the audio a little smoother. So far, it looks like, yeah, I don't have any skipped frames or missed frames through OBS, sending it my way, and everything seems fine. I'll check out the double Facebook streams and try to figure out what's going on there, but that's always surreal, I guess. Never boring. Yeah. So yeah, it was interesting. Now, the one of the reasons that Mark and I did our video was because we're closing down our old band Patreon page. And it's kind of started me thinking I need to really start working on my personal Patreon and the Life's a Faire Patreon, because we really have kind of backed away from that. So that is something that Alicia and I are going to start diving into soon. So if anyone has any suggestions or thoughts or things they would like to see more of, and before Chris says it, I know, more music. She's going to say that. Yeah. That is on my list. Do not worry. But yeah, if you have any suggestions or things you'd like us to include or ideas, please let me know, and we'll see if we can make that happen. So always a pleasure. But yeah, I will be taking lots of pictures and video of Scarby and posting that and letting you know how all that went, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun because I have a lot of friends there as well, and should be a fun time. So take care, have a good week, and have a good weekend, and try to stay dry and enjoy some fairs if there's anything nearby to where you are. And if not, well, hey, that's why all of us come together, so that some of us can live vicariously through the others. But no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, you can always have a fair life. So do your best, and we'll all do it together. Take care, and I'll see you next week.